invite Her Excellency Ms. Yingluck Shinawat, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Thailand, to begin the joint press conference.
Prime Minister John Keys, Excellencies, distinguished members of the media, let me start by welcoming Prime Minister John Key and his delegation to Thailand. I think that over the past 8 months, since my visit to New Zealand, we have already met each other twice at APEC and EAS, and now I have the honors to receiving you here. I believe that this reflects the closeness of our relations in the fact that we are national partners, as you mentioned in Auckland when I was there. Prime Minister Key and I has very fruitful discussions. We are pleased with the progress in our efforts to double two-way trade by 2020. This was supported by the effective implementation of our closer economic partnership CEP and the continuing good work of our CEP joint commissions. We also agreed to strengthen business links, so I am delighted that a large New Zealand business delegation is here, representing key sectors such as food and beverage, ICT, manufacturing, logistics and infrastructure. Education cooperation has always been an important part of our relations. Today, we welcome the signing of the 2 MOUs focusing on vocational education and new learning opportunities. We agree to promote further tourism between our 2 countries with the signed letter of intent, affecting a strong sense of purpose in this area. And also we want to expand our cooperation in eco-tourism and medical tourism as well. We welcome the Science, Technologies and Innovation Workshop to be held during this visit. This will allow us to explore further areas of cooperation, including agricultural and food science, health science, alternative energies, and science education, and envisages under the letter of intent signed in March this year. Other areas where we agree to enhance cooperation include trilateral cooperation between Thailand, New Zealand, and other regional partners in areas such as sustainable development, food security, and agriculture. Regional stabilities and prosperities are important to our countries. We exchange views on development in our regions, including how Thailand and New Zealand can work more closely to support strategic developments in our regions. This includes promoting an outward-looking ASEAN communities and enhancing regional connectivities. I also took the opportunities to thank Prime Minister Key for participating at the Connect Asia Pacific Summit yesterday, and for his support on regional ICT cooperation. Lastly, the typhoon that has affected the Philippines, where both our countries have provided assistance, reaffirm once again the need for greater international cooperation on global issues such as disaster relief. Therefore, Prime Minister Key and I discussed ways to enhance such cooperation as well as in other areas, including closing gender gap and addressing transnational crimes. I also took the opportunity to thank Prime Minister of New Zealand for supporting Thailand being member of the Human Rights Council from 2015 to 2017. So thank you again, and now may I invite Prime Minister Key to address the media. Thank you.
Well, Prime Minister, thank you very much for your warm welcome and the opportunity to be in Thailand, for your hospitality and for looking after the New Zealand delegation so well. It's been a very memorable visit. May I first congratulate you and your government for the success of yesterday's ITU summit. It's credit to Thailand and you were wonderful hosts. It's great to be back in Bangkok once again. 2013 marks a high point in the connections between our two countries. Your visit in March, Prime Minister, with a senior business delegation, and now our return here today. We are very proud of the history between our two countries going back 57 years. Our people-to-people connections are strong and growing. We know each other well, and we enjoy and respect one another. We see ourselves as friends and partners, whether in government, in business, or through personal contacts. These connections are perhaps strongest through education and through tourism. We welcome 3,000 Thai students to New Zealand every year, and we have much to gain through cooperation in the education sector, with both sides benefiting. 115,000 New Zealanders travel to Thailand each year, while almost 20,000 Thai visitors come to our country. It is fitting then that we have just witnessed the signing of 3 agreements in these areas, broadening the framework under which the two sides engage. As part of this institutional framework, we have our closer economic partnership signed in 2005, one of the earliest such agreements for both our countries. This provides our businesses with opportunities to grow and prosper through trade. Our trade has more than doubled since the CEP was signed, and Thailand is now our 10th largest trading partner. In March, as Prime Ministers, we committed to the goal of further doubling our trade by 2020. We talked today about refreshing our CEP to ensure that it serves modern business needs today and to ensure that it provides a firm basis for expansion into the future. We look forward to concrete, progressive outcomes that will modernise our CEP, including in areas such as services and government procurement, as well as reviewing the agricultural safeguards. I expect that the next time we meet, Prime Minister, we should be in a position to announce that work is completed. That we will be able to say to our respective business sectors that we have an outcome and that we've made a difference. The New Zealand business delegation with me today represents a number of sectors where we see enormous potential for partnership with Thailand: food and beverage, ICT, health IT, manufacturing, logistics and infrastructure, and of course education. They have made valuable connections over the course of this visit, and this, more than anything else, is what will sustain our ambition to double trade by 2020. We witnessed 5 of our business signings on Monday at our networking lunch, and I know that there will be many more to come. I've also greatly valued the opportunities to meet with your business leaders in person. It's clear that the Thai business sector is in very good heart, and I'm also very encouraged by the positive attitudes towards New Zealand. As we said in March, our historical ties are cause for celebration but not complacency. We are ambitious for this relationship and we can do more together. We have a wonderful platform on which to build our connection with Thailand and more widely in this dynamic region. I'd like to conclude, Prime Minister, by asking that you convey the very best wishes of the government and the people of New Zealand to their Majesties. Their visit to New Zealand over 50 years ago is still a cherished memory. Once again, thank you for showing us that the Thai reputation for warmth and generosity and hospitality is as true today as it ever has been. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies.